When news broke out that then dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Guo had indeed managed to do the unthinkable, leave the country without the authorities tasked to prevent such a scenario from happening, not knowing about it until it was too late, the president vowed heads will roll. At the time of accountability has come with a head of a concerned agency suffering the consequence. Luisa Erispe tells us more.
Alice Guo faced several lawmakers in a Senate hearing today after she was successfully brought back to the Philippines last week. But for the Department of Justice, there are still many more to uncover, specifically who is liable for Alice Guo's illegal plight out of the country. That's why President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. himself kept his word to let heads roll by removing Bureau of Immigration Commissioner Tansingco from his post today. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla announced this himself.
Nagkasundo na kami ng Pangulo tungkol dyan. Papalitan siya. Oh. If I were him, I'll resign already. Mag-resign na lang siya.
This was also confirmed later on by Malacanang Palace through Presidential Communications Secretary Cesar Chavez. The secretary said this development was a result of Alice Guo's secret exit out of the country, which no one knew until weeks after care of Senator Risa Hontiveros.
We will leave it to the Department of Justice to explain, but it has something to do with departure of Alice Guo. This is also part of the commitment of the President. Heads will roll because of that issue.
The DOJ also added Tansingco was relieved from his position after his unacceptable explanation for how his men comported themselves in posing for selfies with Alice Guo in Indonesia. Remulla said this must be publicly addressed and they, Tansingco and his men, should be held liable for such deplorable actions. On the other hand, BI Commissioner Tansingco seemed shocked of the news of his relief during the Senate hearing and said he was unaware of the president's decision to relieve him from his post until he saw the news in social media. Meanwhile, with one man already held into account for the fiasco on Guo's escape out of the country, Remulla said their investigation can now proceed as intended. But first, they will seek clarification from the Office of the Ombudsman why graft and corruption cases against Guo had been filed in a regional trial court in Tarlac and not with the Ombudsman.
May problema rin kasi yung kasong final sa Tarlac eh. Kasi parang nagkamali yata yung mga prosecutors ng Ombudsman i-file yan sa Tarlac kasi salary grade 30 si Alice Guo and 26 and above dapat sa Ombudsman na yan.
But for the qualified human trafficking complaint filed against Guo at the DOJ, Remulla believes the resolution will be released soon. Luisa Erispe from the National TV for a new and better Philippines.